Hi learners, in this video I'm going to talk about the different training methods and the merits and demerits of the various methods of training. Training is an organized and systematic activity which involves imparting of special knowledge and skill to an individual. So basically there are two types of training, on the job training methods and off the job training methods. On the job training is also sometimes called as shop training, and it is a very traditional method of training in which the employee is made to perform the job or task under the supervision and guidance of a trained worker or instructor. So under the case of on the job training methods, the individual is placed on a regular job and then taught the necessary skills which are required to perform the job. This method has the advantage of giving the first hand knowledge and experience under the actual working conditions to the trainee. On the other hand, off the job training methods is where the trainee is separated from the job situation and the attention of the trainee is focused on learning the material which would be required in their future job assignments. So basically in the case of off the job training, since the individual is not made to work in the actual workplace, therefore the entire attention and focus of the individual is on learning the task. So basically in the case of off the job training, the trainee also gets an opportunity for freedom of expression of wherein they can during the training method they can question any doubts which they have, or they can clarify any doubts which they have regarding the how the job has to be performed. So basically in the case of off the job training, the trainee is not placed on the actual job, and the entire focus of the training is basically on imparting knowledge and skills which would be required for future job assignments. Further, moving on to the different methods of on the job training, the first type is on specific job. On specific job refers to those methods of training wherein the training is given to the trainee when they are actually working on the job. Now, experience on specific jobs we have three types, that is experience, coaching and understudy program. Experience basically is one of the oldest methods of on the job training, and this method involves learning by experience. However, this method of training should be supplemented with other methods of training so that it proves to be more effective. The next on the job training method is coaching. Now, in the case of coaching, this is the training method wherein instructions are given on how the job is to be performed by the superior to the trainee, and this method basically increases the motivation in the trainee. But at the same time, if the superior is not properly trained, then the instructions given by the superior may not help the trainee to do the job efficiently. Further, sometimes the superior may also not have sufficient time in order to coach the trainee, and they may neglect giving proper training to the trainee, which in turn hampers the objectives of training itself. So basically, trainee coaching is a process wherein the trainee is placed under a particular supervisor who acts like a coach to the trainee and provides instructions on how the job is to be done, and also provides feedback to the trainee once the job has been executed. The next method under on specific job is understudy program. Now, this is a method wherein an individual works as an assistant or a deputy to a senior manager, so that any time the senior manager leaves the organization, the assistant or the deputy can assume all the responsibilities and duties of the senior manager. So basically in this method, the trainer is the main manager and the trainee is the deputy, and the trainee learns by experience and observation of how the task is done by the main manager. And the main advantage of this method is that the training is conducted in practical and realistic situations. Further, moving on to the next method, which is apprenticeship training. Now, this method of training is meant to be given to the trainees so that they can have sufficient knowledge of those skills and crafts which are needed for, which generally require a long period of training. So generally, certain skills, cannot be taught in a span of a few months. They need years to be taught. So generally, apprenticeship training helps in learning those skills which require a long span of time. Generally, the trainees work as apprentices under the direct supervision of experts for a period as long as, which may range anywhere between 2 to 7 years. And basically, in the case of this apprenticeship training, the program consists of providing actual work experience in the actual job as well as imparting theoretical knowledge through classroom lectures. So, in the case of apprenticeship training, the trainee learns the job while actually performing it, and at the same time, the trainee will also, in the case of apprenticeship training, apart from actually doing the job on the work, the trainee is also imparted knowledge by way of lectures and other methods in order to supplement their theoretical knowledge. The next method of on the job training is job rotation. Now, in the case of job rotation, the trainee is moved from one job to another. So at the same, so basically, by moving the trainee from one job to another, the trainee gets exposed to the fellow members' working situations and would also come to know the problems faced by, while doing various jobs. And this in turn leads to better coordination and cooperation among the various employees. The next type of on-the-job training is special projects. Now, in this, the trainee will be asked to do a special assignment so that they can so that while completing the assignment, the trainee will acquire certain knowledge and skills which will be relating to the work process. So basically, sometimes the management also creates a task force. Task force basically means a group of employees, okay, consisting of trainees from different functions, and may give them one project to be executed together. So while doing the projects, all the trainees try to develop team spirit among them. So apart from special projects, the other methods of on-the-job training is vestibule training. Now, this type of training is preliminary to actual shop experience in the sense that, in the case of vestibule training, an attempt is made to duplicate the actual working conditions of the workplace as nearly as possible. And however, instead of taking to the actual workplace, the trainees are given training in the vestibule training method, so that they can focus the entire attention and concentration on acquiring the skills and knowledge rather than just focusing on completion of the job. And generally, vestibule training is entrusted to specialists in the same concern, and generally this method of training is suitable in the case the organization has to train large number of employees at the same time. The next method of training is committees and junior boards. Now, in the case of committees and junior boards, they are generally called as multiple managements. This is an also important method of training, wherein the trainee will become a member of the committees, and while discharging their duties as a member of the committee, the trainee gets gets a chance to interact with the other experienced managers in the committees, and also gets first-hand knowledge of how the problems have to be solved, and also gets exposure to how different managers would have different viewpoints. And all the decisions and suggestions which are made by the junior boards are generally placed before the meeting of the board of directors of the company before taking the final decisions. Apart from that, we also have another method of on-the-job training, which is job instruction training. Now, this method generally requires skilled trainers because the training program is designed in such a way that it covers extensive job analysis, and therefore the trainers need to be very skilled in order to impart this type of training. So, generally, in the case of job instruction training, first the preparation of the trainee for the instruction is done. That is, this basically includes informing the trainee about the general duties and responsibilities which are associated with their job. Now, once the trainees are informed about their job descriptions, then there is presentation of the instructions giving clear information about how the trainee has to execute the job and carry out the process. After giving the instructions, the trainee is also given a chance to try out the work and if there is any errors while executing their task, then the deviations are corrected by the trainer. And the last step also in job instruction training is basically where the grievances, the queries of the trainees are resolved by the trainer. So these are the different methods of on the job training. After having understood the different types of on the job training, now let's analyze the advantages and disadvantages of the different types of training on the job training methods. Firstly, since in the case of on the job training, the training is given in the actual workplace. So therefore, this is relatively inexpensive method than compared to off the job training methods. And further, the trainees are actually doing the job and they are placed under the supervision of a supervisor. So they can get a quick feedback from regarding the performance and how the job can be efficiently performed. Apart from that, at the while the employees or the trainees are getting training, they're also actually doing the job. So the trainees can also contribute to the production process while they are undergoing training. And generally this method is very simple method, and this method helps the employee to get to get an insight into the actual working conditions. The disadvantages of this method is that since the trainer is not very well trained, since the trainee is not very well experienced regarding handling of materials and equipments, this may lead to wastage and damage of equipments, and because of which the scrap rates would be high, and the rate of defects also would increase. Further, this method is not suitable in the case of jobs where service which involves service orientations, like in the case of banking jobs, one cannot place a new trainee on the job and then teach them how the job is to be done, because even small mistakes done by the trainees during the training period would would result in huge losses. So these are some of the disadvantages. Apart from that, sometimes the learners are often subject to distractions which could arise from a noisy shop or office. And moreover, in the case of on the job training, the trainees attention is diverted because they are focusing not only on learning the job but also on executing the task. So these are some of the some of the disadvantages and advantages of on the job training methods. Okay, further moving on to off the job training methods. The first method is role playing, and this is one of the most common methods of off the job training, wherein the trainee is asked to play the role or act as a participant in a role play. And the role playing generally enables the participants to increase their knowledge and skill in dealing with other people. And in role playing, the trainees play different roles in different situations, and by doing this, they are enable they gain an insight into how to deal with several problems and how to resolve various issues. So basically, the role plays is a method of human interaction which involves realistic behavior in actual situations. Moving on to the next method, which is case studies. In the case of case study, a written description of an actual problem which is faced by the business is provided to the trainee, and then the trainee is asked to analyze the case by analyzing what is the actual situation, what problems have arisen, and how the problems can be can be resolved. So basically, in the case of case studies, the trainee gets a method, gets develops an analysis of how the problems have to be solved. Now, case study methods is popularized by the Harvard Business School of USA, and that's why it's a very common method of training among the employees. And basically, like I said, in this method, the instructor describes the actual situation or the problem of a specific concern to the trainees, and the trainees are asked to take part in in a discussion of the problems. And basically, case studies aim at increasing the power of observation and analytical ability in the trainees. The next method is simulations. Now, in simulation, the real situation of the work environment in an organization is presented in the training session. So, in simple words, it means instead of taking the participants to the actual workplace, of the field or the actual working conditions are simulated or created in the training session itself. So, simulation is also a, an attempt to create a realistic decision environment for the training. So basically, in the case of simulations, all the likely problems, the situations, the decisions, and the alternatives are presented to the trainee. The next method of training is vestibule training. Now, in this method of training, the actual working conditions are simulated in a classroom, means they are created in a classroom. So basically, vestibule training is also classroom training, which is often imparted with the help of equipments and machines that are identical with those which are used at the workplace. So basically, the main advantage of vestibule training is that it relieves the employees from the pressure of executing the task at the same time while they are learning the job. The next method of off-the-job training is conference method. Now, in the case of conference method, the managers as well as the potential managers attend the conference programs and seminars in which they try to pool their ideas and experiences with regard to certain problems which are a common subject of discussions. So, this is the conference method, and the next method is programmed instructions. Now, programmed instructions basically involves a sequence of steps which have to be followed and which is often set up through a central panel like an electronic device like the computer, which acts as a guide in the performance of the desired operations. So, these are some of the different off-the-job training methods. So, moving on to the advantages and disadvantages of the off-the-job training methods. Now, some of the advantages of off-the-job training methods is that large number of employees can be trained simultaneously, and there is no work pressure on the trainee to execute the task. They can focus their entire attention on only on learning the job. However, this method is this method also proves in reducing helps in reducing the errors which would have taken place otherwise if they had been provided with on-the-job training. So, and the materials to be learned are broken down into small units, so this makes the learning easier, and immediate feedback is also available in this case of training, and the training moreover can learn at their own pace. Okay, so they need not hurry up because they are not burdened with the task of completing the job also at the same time and continue with learning also, and active learner participation takes place at each step during the off the job training methods. Then some of the disadvantages of off-the-job training methods is that due to the large number of trainees, the training program may not cater to the specific needs of certain trainees, and due to the lack of real working places, generally there will be a degree of difference which the employees would feel when they are actually placed on the job, and this method is not useful in developing interpersonal skills because in the case of off the job training, generally the trainer who's imparting the training need not be the immediate supervisor with to the trainee once the job has to be actually performed, and this method proves to be costly because in the case of off the job training, the trainers are not the trainers have to be professional and they need to be paid separately, and moreover the trainees are not going to do any job actual job when they are actually yet receiving the training. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of the job training methods.